Hello, my name is George Dole. I'm an English teacher here in Moscow. I've lived here over 12 years, and I wanted to talk to you about a system of teaching that myself and Igor Shavkunov have developed over the past several years. What we found out is that children are not able to speak, and parents complain that they have many classes of English with a teacher and the child can't talk English. Well, why is that? Because they're just reading English, they're listening to English, but they're not talking. Okay, how do we get them to talk? Well, this is kind of the non-secret of how we do this. We inspire the student to talk. How do you inspire a student to talk? Well, we talk about something that is easy to talk about, everyday objects. Example, we've got a car, and they can see it's a car. So we say groups of 3 or 4 sentences for the child to repeat about the car, and then we work on those sentences, we repeat those sentences until the child can say them perfectly. So Igor is going to be my example of a Russian child, and we'll demonstrate that for you right now. Okay, so Igor, repeat after me. Car.
Car.
It's a car.
It's a car.
It's a blue car.
It's a blue car.
Engine.
Engine.
It's a big engine.
It's a big engine.
It's a big, strong engine.
It's a big, strong engine.
Okay, so that's an example. We've done a couple of groups of 3. So as many groups of 3 or 4 sentences of the object as possible we do. And then we review those again and again until the child can say them fluently and perfectly. And then we play a game. And also what this is doing is extending their vocabulary. And they may, with writing, they try to learn how to write, but we're not really worried about that right now, because if you just hear the word enough times, you'll be able to repeat it. And so now we're extending their vocabulary about everyday objects. This happened to be a car. And once we talk about it in as many groups of 3 or 4 sentences as possible, very simple sentences, then we play a game. So what do? I have the student try to say back to me as many of the phrases as possible. So I've got a few cards here, and Igor again will play the role of the student that has learned many of these phrases and can say them perfectly in front of me. So let's see how many phrases Igor can say back to me as a student. Okay, Igor, let's play our vocabulary game and say as many of the phrases about the car as you remember, and you get a card for each one of these. And if you have as many as you make your limit or do more phrases than you did before, then we'll give you a prize of some sort. So Igor, tell me as many phrases as you can remember about the car.
Car. It's a car.
Okay, that's 1. That's 2.
It's a blue car.
Okay, 3.
It has an engine.
4.
There are 4 tires.
Okay, 5.
There are 4 wheels.
6.
It has a hood.
7.
It has a trunk.
8. Great. So let's stop there. And if this was the limit that he made or exceeded the limit of phrases, then we would have a small gift for him as a reward. And this creates an incentive to do even better for the next object or again for the same object. So we review this every class. The first portion of the class, depending on how much time we knew, we review what we learned last time as new information. So our object here is results. We're results oriented for having the child know the phrases that they're learning, hear them, repeat them, understand what it is, connect them to the object, and in the end they have a lot of information in things that they understand, that they remember, and then they can actually learn the next phase of this is to learn how to say questions. So how to answer questions and ask questions, so that within a very short period of time the child can not only say statements about something, but he or she can ask questions about the thing and understand the answers, because now they have a working vocabulary about the thing that they're asking the questions about. So our methods is results oriented, and in the end it's kind of simple. We just make people talk, and when you talk, more of your brain is engaged in the language. If you talk, you're listening, you're looking at something, you're thinking. If you're just listening or writing, it's more passive, so you're not as active with the language and it's not getting into your brain with as many pathways as possible. If you're talking about it, you have to listen to how you're sounding. You're actually using your larynx muscles, and you're getting more involved in the language. Okay, well, that's a short demonstration of our method, and we hope to talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please give us a call. Thank you.